there's nothing that feels better on this earth than to know that you're loved by fans and they got your back and they're going to be at the shows and they're there to have fun. That's what we all do this for people to have a great time and for people to come listen to music and make some great memories.
Good morning, everybody. Happy New Year and welcome to everybody to our press conference for Luke Bryan and our 2014 tour. That's my kind of night. I want to take a couple of seconds to thank some of the people behind the scenes that make Luke's tours possible. Carrie Edwards, KP Management, Red Light Management, Mark Sizemore, who's our tour manager, Pete Healy, who is our production manager. Got your work cut out for you this year, Pete. Jay Williams and William Morris and Dever, everybody over at Capitol Records, and my staff over at Live Nation. And then I'd also like to extend a very special welcome to everybody out there that is streaming this press conference live on lukebryanlive.com. So Happy New Year, everybody. Glad that I hope that your 2014 is off to as good a start as ours is. And we're really excited to get down to the meat and potatoes of what we're talking about. That was probably an awkward exchange there. First of all, a few stats on Luke, who's staring me down right now, so I can't screw this up. This is a guy with 8 #1 singles and over 4 million records sold. He is the reigning Academy of Country Music Entertainer of the Year, one of 2013's CMT Artist of the Year. Last year's Dirt Road Diaries tour sold over 1.3 million tickets. Every show was a sellout. Last year he completed his 5th farm tour, and the farm tour is real special to Luke, to everybody. It continues to fund local college scholarships for for farmers in the communities that he plays the farm tour dates in. And without further ado, I'd like to welcome the guy you actually came here to see, Luke Bryan.
Thank you, Brian. Thanks, guys. I got to get used to this. Thank you for being here. Thank y'all for spending your day and your morning with us. For you guys that don't quite know who this guy is, this is obviously Brian O'Connell with Live Nation. He is a big reason for all of my sellouts, and we have worked together. Last year was our first full year together, and watching this guy plan up my touring life is pretty amazing, and we couldn't have this day without him and all of his staff, and certainly all of the people that he mentioned, and our friends and family, my wife and my kids. This is an exciting morning, and thanks for all the.
Thank you very much.
You did good on your stats.
How about that, huh? There's a whole bunch more, but we wanted to get to the good part, right?
Let's get to the good stuff.
So we put the first leg of the tour on sale last year. We've got 20 shows on sale. None of them lasted more than 5 minutes.
Wow.
2 of the highlights are 2 sellouts at Madison Square Garden. What do you think about that?
That's pretty crazy. When you grow up Georgia boy and you're selling out Madison Square Garden, it doesn't. It's I don't know. I'll have to take it in when I get there.
A couple of weeks we'll be there.
Couple of weeks.
The new leg, the highlights, and what we're here to talk about. I first want to talk about who's coming out with us on the new leg of the tour. Both Lee Brice and Cole Swindell.
Cole, I think the story and the info is pretty clear on Cole. Cole is just a dear friend of mine from many years ago that actually sold T-shirts for me for like 3 years, and he always had artist aspirations. I fired him from T-shirts. No, I didn't fire him. He quit on his own accord. And
the best artist ever to be a T-shirt salesman.
Exactly. And we're so excited to have Cole out. He's been writing, and I think his album goes up for pre-sale today, and he's knocking some of my songs down the charts right now. But so excited to have Cole. And then Lee Brice is just somebody that I respect, an amazing artist, incredible vocalist, and his set is up in front of mine back here, and it looks great. And it's going to be an amazing year out there on that's my kind of night tour. So
We'll keep the party rolling.
all right, let's hear some concert dates.
So some of the highlights of the tour this year that we're going to change up from last year is we're going to do some doubles. And for those of you who don't know what I'm talking about, 2 night stands. Instead of just playing once, we're going to play twice. And the demand for Luke is that big, we have that much confidence that we're just going to put them out there and put them on sale, which is a huge accomplishment for an artist.
Thank you.
Some of the highlights: Washington, D.C., Raleigh, St. Louis, Cleveland, Cincinnati, Indianapolis, and of course, Atlanta.
Atlanta, yeah, we gotta give the Atlanta, the Georgia
love.
hometown, the Georgia love. So it's amazing to be able to roll into these cities, guys. It's a testament to the fans and the relationship of years of coming there, and to get to do 2 nights. It's fun rolling in, doing a show, going riding around the cities, eating some of the local fare.
And not another 500-mile bus ride that night.
Yeah, not another bus ride, and we can sit back and enjoy and be rested and be ready for a second show. It's gonna be good.
And then also at the end of the tour, the last show of the tour in 2014 will be at the Hollywood Bowl.
Hollywood Bowl, certainly an iconic venue to be in Hollywood, out there under the lights of Los Angeles, and then to end the show there. So many people have already asked me about how excited are you about Hollywood Bowl, and it's going to be an amazing place to end the tour, and it's going to be fun to be out in LA. But
well, we got one more thing to talk about. This will be your 6th year of the farm tour.
Sixth year of the farm tour. It gets better and better every year, and we sit down and start planning our farm tours really right now, because we always want it to be better, and what can we do to give more to farming families, and what can we do more to be a positive situation for these communities that we go into. We're always looking for new farm tour spots, new hay fields, and new allergies that I can acquire during farm tour. But we love it. It's such a fun part of my year, and we're excited about it. We started it obviously 5 years ago, and to be talking about it 6 years later is amazing, and to continue to grow it.
So that's what we're talking about the tour. Is there anything else you want to talk about?
Well,
in terms of the
we
tour?
do. The big we have some interesting news, and it's kind of hard for me not to get emotional about what we're fixing to announce. When I moved to Nashville, I had dreams of becoming where I'm at, and when I see artists like George Strait and Kenny Chesney and Garth Brooks and all of the artists that have kind of paved the way for guys like me to dream and pick certain venues to take it to the next level. And we got some interesting venues. We're going to take it to the next level, and I'm going to let Mr. O'Connell tell you about that so I don't pass out and hit the floor.
You have no idea. This is the longest I've seen him sit still in a chair. The first one, June 21st.
Pittsburgh, baby, Heinz Field. We're going to the home of the Steelers. Get your terrible towels out, and
we're going to bring along a buddy of yours.
We got one of my best friends one of the best people in this whole wide world. We're going to add Dierks Bentley to be a part of that night with us. And I called Dierks about it. He was like, "Heck yeah! Anytime I can get to Pittsburgh." And we're excited about just the whole vibe coming in there in the summertime. I got to open for Kenny at Heinz Field a few years ago, and the fact that we've got Pittsburgh and we're coming. We got some fun stuff in store, and hey, Pittsburgh fans
they've been great to us.
They've been unbelievable. Love you.
The second one up, August the 15th.
Hit them with it. Philly, baby. We'll be eating cheesesteaks, but
Geno's or Pat's?
I'm not getting into that. I've learned, but Philadelphia, you guys, what an amazing opportunity to sit there and play at such a passionate city. One of the the concerts that I've done in the past, doing the I guess it's the XTU birthday bashes through the years, and watching you guys be just so passionate about my music Philly was at the top of our list
Yeah.
when we started playing in stadiums, and we're excited about being there.
An absolute no-brainer, Philadelphia.
No brainer. We don't have. There'll be Cole and Lee will be on the show,
Correct.
but we're still gonna throw some surprises in.
Yeah, we got to leave something to come back with. For some more
Exactly, but we
surprises.
don't have the guy, so we'll have that stuff picked. But we're looking forward to you, Philly. We love you.
And anybody who knows me was going to guess that this one was going to pop up.
Yeah.
The greatest city, my hometown. Where are we going?
Let's do it. Soldier Field, baby.
Chicago, Illinois,
Chi-town.
Soldier Field, August 31st.
So I don't even know how to. I'm more excited. I'm so excited. If you don't know Bryan O'Connell, he lives and breathes Chicago, and so to be on the shores of Lake Michigan, playing one of the most, if not the most iconic sports venue in the world and in the country, to be bringing my music there for the great people of Chicago and everybody around there, it's what a dream come true. We just so excited about announcing these stadium dates.
And Dirks will be joining us that night as
Dirks
well.
will be on that, Lee and Cole, and we're pretty fired up. It's going to be certainly the beauty of this career is you guys, the fans, you keep allowing my years to get better and better, and this is obviously the first step in making it a pretty unbelievable year.
All of the information you can find on lukebryan.com, megaticket.com, and livenation.com. I think that pretty much wraps up this part of it, and I think there's some people that want to ask some questions.
We're going to do some questions, and I do want to say that we do have some other surprises coming this year. We're announcing, obviously, these dates, but what Bryan and I have learned is if we have an opportunity to seize an opportunity with other venues and special things, based on fan demand, we go after it and we make it happen. So looking forward to seeing all you guys out on the road 2014, and this has been a special morning, and we'll turn it over to questions from you guys.
We've got a couple of people out in the audience with microphones, so if you got a question, grab a hold of them. And you want to go first? Over here?
Hey, Luke.
Hey, Don.
I know recently you were talking in the Wall Street Journal about the fact that you felt like you were just at the beginning of really, truly becoming a star performer, and that Entertainer of the Year you could wait for because you were still building toward that. I mean, this is a huge step in that direction. So can you talk about knowing when your career is at that level and that point where you can take on such enormous challenges as stadiums?
Well, I mean, I think the way I've operated in Bryan, we operate off gut. Like, what do we feel in our hearts? What do we feel is the right thing to do? And I feel that as long as we go with that gut feeling and trust that, and we base it around what are our fans telling us? What are we seeing happening online with in demand of tickets?
Yeah, and the night of the show. I mean, last year when we played Chicago, for instance, or we played actually all three of those, when Luke walked off the stage, he'll look at me or he'll look at somebody and go, what were they like? What were the fans like? And we go, whoa. They were crazy. So we can feel it. He can feel it on stage. We can feel it standing on the side of the
And it's fun. Complacency for me is a sad day. And I'm not saying that I need to do this stuff just to feel an internal thing. It's just, we love sitting on a bus after the show talking about just how crazy that show just was and what can we do for those fans each year to give them something that they want to come back. So we're going on prayer first of all. Let me rephrase that. We're going on prayer and guts.
We have one over here.
Hi, Luke. You're playing Philly, my hometown, where fans are notoriously feisty. And I'm wondering, in all your years of touring, if you've noticed some regional differences in the way fans react to you, particularly in Philly, Pittsburgh, and Chicago.
Well, what's amazing is when you go into these markets, quite frankly, when I moved to Nashville and would do shows in Philly, I would wonder, well, how are they going to respond to, a kid from Georgia? And going into these markets and seeing hard-working country music fans that are that are more passionate than the fans that I grew up playing in college bars. It's such an uplifting experience. I remember I'd call my dad, and I'm going, I'm playing downtown Philly tonight. And he's like, really? And the fact that I can call people back home and be like, hey, these Philly fans and these Chicago fans and all of these huge cities that you grow up as a kid knowing that are just gigantic cities, knowing that they're responding to my music, it is such a special thing. And I'm so proud to be able to take that music experience to them and make it happen that way. So it's fun watching them react. I mean, these big cities, when you look at the Bostons of the world and just how passionate they are about their music, it's very inspiring.
One over here.
Hey, Luke.
What's up?
Just wanted to ask about this. When did you start dreaming about playing stadiums? And I know you've opened shows. And how long have you had that dream? Describe that.
I mean, I guess I've dreamed about it for years, and dreaming about it and it being tangible, in picking the right time in your heart to go do it. I would say, I had some wise people tell me when I moved to Nashville, aim for the stars. And so I guess that's when I started dreaming about stadiums. When you're watching the guys that paved the way and opened country music up to stadiums. I remember being a kid going to seeing George Strait at a stadium and looking around going, this is amazing. I mean, what can I do one day to hopefully arrive at this moment? So the dream has been there for years, and since that dream started, it's been all about growing it gradually to the point to where you feel like you can go after it.
One right down here in front.
Okay, Bryan talked about the success of last year's tour, Dirt Road Diaries tour, huge tour. This tour kicks off in just a couple of days. We're sitting just a few feet from your set. Describe some of the bells and whistles, some of the tricks that we're going to see this week when it starts.
Well, the bells and whistles of we're seated on a circular stage that'll be out in the middle of the crowd. Under all this are set pieces that change. During the show, there'll be 8 or 9 guys under here the whole show. We were joking because they're going to have hard hats on, and I will spend some of the show under here too. And this is I'm not going to tell all the surprises and secrets, but we're excited about this element. You can see we have quadrupled our video screens. It may be even more than quadrupled. I would say we know the quality of video. Every year, growing your tour is a byproduct of your fans' support. And I will continue to grow the tour and give the fans something new every year. And, my main thing is more lights, more speakers, more video, more camera guys, more things to make it a very special, interactive experience with the fans.
But what time for one more? Who's got it? Right here?
It used to be that George Strait was the only one doing stadiums, and then Kenny started doing it. But over the past year, Taylor did it, Kenny was obviously doing it, Jason's doing it this year, and now you. What is it about the current state of country music that is allowing for that many people to be gravitating to our format?
Well, I just think country music continues to grow, exceed its, grow outside of whatever the boundaries it may have had in years past. And I do regret apologize for not bringing Taylor up. I mean, when you talk about just bringing our format and the fans go to these I've watched it for years with CMA Fest, how each year it gets bigger and bigger because in each year the ability to go into stadiums gets bigger and bigger because fans realize this is an amazing experience, and what I feel like they're never let down. It's always more than what they anticipated, and as long as you give fans more than they anticipate and keep it that experience, I think there's room for more and more country artists to venture out and do stadiums and pair up and take big stadium shows on the road and making, coming to a city and making, your event the biggest thing in that city for that weekend. It's pretty it's pretty special, and it's I think ultimately the relationship with country music artists and their fans is something that's real and special, and the fans truly know that, and it comes from an honest place. I mean, all these artists you bring up inspire me to be a better artist for my fans. So it's will and always be fan driven.
Jess, we got time for one more?
Yeah.
Keep going? Okay.
Yeah, Luke, there were some Pollstar numbers recently about tour grosses and that kind of thing. The country artists have kept their ticket prices lower, generally speaking, than pop artists. You've kept yours pretty low. Why is it important to you to price your tickets affordably?
I think that the ticket price in this business is the most important thing for
It
me.
answers her question.
Yeah, for me, it's funny. I've gone about 8 months of last year not even know what my ticket price was. I talked to this guy and I said, hey, let's price these things where people can bring their family and make it, when you look at how hard it is to go to a movie these days and not spend $200. Well, we want it to where people can come. If we feel like if they've been gouged on a ticket price off the bat, they've started a negative experience before they even got to the venue. We talk ticket price to make it
Inclusionary. We want everybody to be able to come.
exactly, and it pains me when you see tickets being going online and fans that are having to pay guys standing out. I mean, it's tough, but we know that's the world. The bottom line is I want my show to be amazingly, well, gosh, I just blanked on the word, but we want it to be accessible. I want to be accessible to anybody that wants to try to come see a show, and I want them to leave going, I can't believe I just paid, $50 a ticket for what I just saw. It was really amazing. And if you want, do you want to?
No, you said it beautifully. I mean, Luke comes to us and comes to me and he says, we want to have the most accessibility possible. So he keeps his ticket price. There are seats available at $25, and it is and a lot of them. It's not just a deal where we put a couple up there for show. I mean, he believes in it, and the fans are responding to it. He's creating a sense of community at each one of his shows, and that's the ultimate goal. We got another one here?
Luke, I just want to know, I mean, it's very obvious watching you that you're about to come out of your skin, just thinking about all this. Are you the kind of person that when these two-night stands and these stadiums go on sale, that you're going to be perched in front of the computer watching the on sale?
That'd be me.
Hoping that they...
That's him.
But are you a watcher as well?
I think as an artist, there are times in my career where I need to numbers crunch and all that. I really never do it. I know after watching this guy and my people around my world, I know they're doing it for me, and I know it's my job to sleep in, rest well, get ready to put on a great show, write a song, plan albums, and sculpt my buns. I'm just playing. That was a funny joke, but I mean, my thing is focus on don't get caught up in the numbers of everything and how quick something sold out, and when it's he calls me and he giggles and we giggle together and it's fun, and my thing is go be the best artist you can and let this guy go be the best concert promoter he can.
We good? We got anything else? One more?
Hi, Luke. You talk about like the CMA Fest and how it keeps growing every year and everything like that. Do you think you'll ever bring it home to Nashville and play at the LP Field?
I think every NFL stadium,
is
fair game. I mean, I would never rule out anything. That's the best way we can put it. If we can,
we have to be able to get the tour cycle to sync up, obviously, with football season. So once August hits, it gets a little bit difficult in football world because we trash the field. So you've got to kind of plan it that way. But they're all
it takes a long time to clean up the beer cans.
all of the football stadiums are on the clock, as they say.
Yeah.
Anything else, Jess? On Luke's socials, lukebryan.com, and through livenation.com, and obviously anything that has to do with the tour, we are going to be offering special flyaway promotions for the fans to all of the stadium shows. All the information is there. It'd be boring for me to sit up here and read it off to you, but that's the best way to do it. It's contained in the press release that we're distributing. Anything else? We good? Thank you guys very much. Congratulations, Luke.
Thank you, Bryan. Thank you guys for showing up. To my fans, you guys made this morning possible, and it is my privilege to take this show out on the road, and it wouldn't be possible without you, and I'm going to give it my all every night. Love you guys, and see you in 2014.
Good.
Sweet.
Sweet.
Thank you. Appreciate it.